use the mouse. Left click. It's not. Okay, so for those who are interested, what did I do now? If I can find this. Can you help me? So, you know, after all the wonderful data are generated, they need to be published somewhere. And as you know, JTO is the official journal of ISLC, and the journal has really grown, and the impact factor has gone up. And with that comes a problem that's illustrated here. Last year, we rejected over 1,500 manuscripts. A lot of these were solid studies, well done, but because of the increase in impact factor, we just don't have the space to publish all the things that we are receiving. And we think that a number of these deserve to be published. As you know, lung cancer is growing, lots of studies going on, and so there's a lot of data coming that we need to publish. And so based on that, the decision was made that ISLC would introduce a second journal. And in thinking about that, we noted that you know, these days, about 20% of oncology manuscripts are open access, hybrid and gold open access. The hybrid is what we have at JTO now, which is some articles are in paper only and some are open access. And then the open access journals are the ones that are completely online. But we note that for those of you in Europe, for instance, the new plan would not allow funded authors to publish in subscription-based journals only, such as JCO, JTO, and so on. And with increased digitization, we think open access may become more prominent in future. So this new journal will be online only, owned by ISLC, published by Elsevier, our current publisher. And like all other open access journals, it will be funded through assessment of article processing charges from authors and open access. And with a lot of input from our publisher and so on, we decided on the name of JTO Clinical and Research Reports. It was felt that it was important to align this new journal with JTO, which has the recognition already. And this will be distinguished by, again, being open access and being more clinical, whereas JTO is clinical and translational. So we will publish phase 1 trials, which are in lung cancer only, well-performed phase 2 single-arm trials, retrospective studies, database analysis, and large institutional series. We are an international organization, and sometimes we get papers based on agents that are only approved in certain parts of the world. So for instance, in China, they have a checkpoint inhibitor, sintilimab, which is approved only in China. They have a VEGF inhibitor, fruquintinib. Rubicin, which is used in small cell, is only approved in Japan. And now, when we get papers with these drugs, because of our large readership, it might be meritorious, but we struggle with publishing it because most of our readership don't use these drugs. So all such journals would be, all such manuscripts will be published in JTO Clinical and Research Reports. In terms of timeline, we plan to have the first edition out in first quarter of 2020. And in the first year, we plan to publish 4 issues, so it will be quarterly at the first year, and then the second year onwards, it becomes more frequent. And so I'll stop here. Questions, if there are any?
I would like to highlight the excellent impact factor of the journal, of our association. So congratulations for
Thank
that,
you.
Alex.
Yeah. One thing I didn't mention, as you probably know, the open access field is fairly murky. There are journals out there that will publish anything. And the idea is because the authors pay a fee to get their papers published, there are some of these journals, once you're willing to pay, they'll publish it. And some of them take the view that the readers should judge which manuscripts are good or bad, and we don't aim to do that. So the first thing is that we aim to publish good quality papers. So initially, we presume that a number of manuscripts will be studies that are well done, which just because of space constraints, we can't publish in JTO. The author will be given the option of publishing this in JTO CRL. And so we aim to, in very short order, be able to get a reasonable impact factor because we'll be publishing good articles, not just anything that gets submitted. Question?
There's no risk. There's no risk of dilute quality of the JTO by adding these new options of publication.
Your question is if there's a risk?
There's no dilution of the quality of, and maybe a negative even effect on the impact factor by extending the options for publication.
No, we don't think so. I think that if anything at all, probably strengthen JTO because authors now have a couple of choices. So as you probably know, almost every author aims for the highest impact factor journal they think their manuscript will get into. So I don't see this as actually diluting us. I think it will actually strengthen us in the sense that we'll get more manuscripts in and we'll publish the high impact ones, and this will be another option for those that don't make it to JTO.
Any other comment? If not, thank you, Alex.
Thank you.